The United Nations Security Council, UNSC, became the focal point of intense global diplomacy today. May 27, 2026, as member states convened for a high-stakes, ministerial-level open debate centered on the maintenance of international peace and security. The session was called immediately following a major diplomatic breakthrough engineered behind closed doors over the last 48 hours. In a stunning announcement that has fundamentally altered the trajectory of the West Asian conflict, the Chinese delegation officially revealed that a comprehensive, structured peace agreement aimed at permanently ending the active state of war between the United States and Iran will be formally submitted to the Security Council for a final, binding endorsement. This move comes at a critical juncture, just one day after localized U.S. and Israeli kinetic airstrikes near Larak Island threatened to collapse the fragile, temporary bilateral ceasefire that had been technically holding since April 7, 2026. The proposed peace framework represents a massive triumph for multilateral diplomacy, relying heavily on a complex network of neutral international intermediaries. While the formal text remains highly classified, leaks from senior diplomatic corridors indicate that the draft outlines a multi-tiered de-escalation roadmap. Key provisions include the immediate verified withdrawal of advanced Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps (IRGC) anti-ship missile systems from the immediate coastal zones of the Persian Gulf, matched symmetrically by a phased reduction of U.S. naval strike groups operating within the region. Furthermore, the draft establishes a permanent UN-monitored maritime security zone designed to guarantee unhindered commercial transit through the Strait of Hormuz. China, alongside key regional power brokers including Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Turkey, and Qatar, has spent weeks intensely lobbying both Washington and Tehran to accept the structural terms, framing it as the only viable alternative to a catastrophic, full-scale regional conflagration that would permanently cripple the global economic order. During the fiery Security Council session, international leaders repeatedly warned that the entire world is watching and that multilateral institutions cannot afford to fail. Delegations argued passionately that another prolonged conflict in West Asia would completely shatter an already fragile international order, leading to systemic humanitarian suffering and irreversible economic damage. The debate also catalyzed deeper conversations regarding structural reforms within the UN system itself. Several developing nations and non-permanent members forcefully argued that true multilateralism cannot mean the unilateral management of global affairs by a handful of veto-wielding superpowers. Instead, they pushed for a fundamental overhaul of the Security Council to make it more representative, democratic, and accountable, advocating for an increase in elected, regional, non-permanent seats to replace what they described as outdated, post-Cold War centers of absolute geopolitical power.